Welcome to your I Never Worry podcast with DB and John, where we discuss emotional intelligence with everyday people dealing with everyday situations. We have another great episode in store for you today. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Wherever this podcast may find your ears, we appreciate you joining us today. We get to talk to a father and son together. Another great episode. Speaking on many subjects as always. Jerome Sr. and Jerome Jr. were in the house. They visited us. You're going to enjoy it. I think I see Jerome right now. Jerome, is that you?
I say Jerome, Rome's in the house. I say Jerome's in the house. Watch your mouth without a doubt.
Oh, hold on. That was the wrong Jerome. Here we go.
This big Jerome.
This little Jerome.
And we're on the I Never Worry podcast.
It's your I Never Worry podcast right now.
Welcome to the I Never Worry podcast, where we discuss emotional intelligence with everyday people about everyday situations with your hosts, DB Bedford and John Howe. And we got a couple special guests in the house today. We got my man, Jerome Lawrence. What's up, guy?
Well, how you doing, my brother?
Man, I can't complain, brother. And he got his young protege, his son, young Jerome. What's going on, man?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for taking a moment to hang out with us this afternoon, man. So, we created this platform, right, to discuss this subject matter of emotional intelligence and how it impacts our everyday lives. And, some folks might not think that it's real, right? Some people might think it's just something that we're just saying. So we decided we'd create this platform to give the voice of the community of everyday people to discuss how emotional intelligence plays into their everyday lives. And so I'm going to start with young Jerome. I'm going to ask you, what does emotional intelligence mean to you?
I say emotional intelligence means to me is being intelligent with your emotions.
Okay. And how old are you? Just so the audience knows.
I'm 17.
Okay. That's right. And so why do you think emotional intelligence, why do you think it matters?
I think it matters because if you ain't in control or being smart with your emotions, it could have a lot of mishaps, like shocking a wall because you angry, breaking a hand, or just not functioning right, being too caught up in your emotions and not being rational.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you sharing that, because a lot of young people definitely need to pay attention to that. We're going to come back to you on that. Big Jerome, right? Tell us about what does emotional intelligence mean to you?
I mean, emotional intelligence is everything. I mean, because if you're not controlling your emotions, that means someone else is. That means you're not fully independent, as you will state. So you have to understand emotional intelligence from a physical, a mental, and a spiritual level.
Yeah, absolutely. Why does it even matter? Why should we even care about emotional intelligence?
Like I said, if you want to be able to be in full control of yourself and put yourself in the best position, you got to have emotional intelligence, because what people fail to realize, what we call this America, it's all about winner and losers. And they got people caught up in their emotions with morals, playing a game about winners and losers when there's no fairness. It's just about, I got to win at any cost. And when you're playing in a game, you're playing with the wrong rules, you're going to lose. And that's one of the reasons why black people has been losing as a whole in this game.
We don't understand the rules. That's a very powerful point, and for the technical piece, with emotional intelligence and what I've learned about this skill, it has some basic components to it. Number one, right, always having the ability to be in charge of your emotions and control your emotions at all times, like knowing your own mood and attitude, like when you get up every day and you start your day, like how you feeling, what kind of energy you bring in right to the table. But then I think the most important part of the skill set is to be in a position to skillfully respond to the emotions of others. Because it's one thing to have yourself in check, but then what about when you get, that phone call and somebody on the other end is being rude, or you get that text that says some slick stuff, right? Or you in line and it's too long. Or one of my favorites that almost gets me every time is when somebody steals my parking spot. That is one time.
Parking spot?
Yeah, taking it personal, like I own it. It's a public parking spot. But if I'm sitting there waiting and you see me waiting for it and you swoop in on it, that definitely gives me an emotional charge, right? And I've learned, and I had to grow I wasn't always the EI guy, right? So I remember, some years ago, if you took my parking spot, I'd pull up behind your car and block you in. Now you got to wait till I'm done since you want to be funny, and then you learn, like you just said, Cuzzo, that it actually is not my parking spot. And to your point, it probably was a game, and I lost, right? We both were trying to get it, and this guy had a better strategy than me. So
exactly.
I started looking at it from that standpoint and taking different perspectives with it. But, emotional intelligence is about being in tune with yourself, being able to skillfully respond to others. Then there's the other couple of pieces that's important, and, which is the social awareness piece. So as you navigate throughout your day, are you picking up on the energy of the people you come in contact with? Right, of the environments that you walk into, like understanding the tone that's associated with that. And then the last part is relationship management, right? And when we talk about relationship management, we're not just talking about the intimate relationships. We're talking about your everyday relationships. People fail to realize that everybody you come in contact with, right, is the beginning of some kind of relationship, whether it's business, personal, sociable, or whatever. And people are your greatest resource. Right? Like every place we've been, everything that we have now today, we got it because somebody else, was part of the process. A lot of times, one of the craziest thing I always hear somebody say is talking about they don't need nobody. Well, I don't know how you're going to get very far in life without nobody, right? There's always somebody helping move the needle in your life, along the way. And so having a high level of emotional intelligence keeps people, focused on that. So Jerome, tell us about, you got some remarkable things going on in your life, man. From my experience, we've been talking for many years, well over 20 years. We've been each other's sounding board on business ideas and professional growth, so to speak. But what you're doing is phenomenal, man, when it comes to educating us, when it comes to our health. So you got the Jerome's Health Corner. You got this powerful water with all this magnesium. I don't think I even heard of magnesium until I talked to you, and you got the herbs, the Romalite herbs, man. When we met years ago, you was doing a TV show. So these mics ain't nothing new to you, right? And so just, tell us about what you're doing today and how emotions play a part in you putting all this, all this packaging together that you putting together for the community.
How emotions play a role. We'll maybe get into this. My mother, she'd be 89 this year. So about 6 years ago, I was going to the doctor with her. And I know that they just steady giving her this medicine. And I'm watching they just playing a guinea pig on her. So I'm getting mad. And I'm like, getting mad ain't helping the situation. They still in control. So then I just started doing research. And I just started studying. And then I found Dr. CB, and I'm following Dr. CB, and I start thinking, okay, I found the Holy Grail. So, but then the light popped on. What if something happened to Dr. CB? So I'm like, man, what I'm gonna do? So right there, that's another emotional point to where I said, okay, I started looking again. I found Dr. Africa, and he had a school. So then I went to his school, and I started learning and digging, and then I started. If I don't know this information, a lot of people don't know this information. So then I started sharing information on Facebook, and then you told me a long time ago, Jerome, man, keep doing what you're doing, get comfortable. I'm like, man, I'm just, I didn't think nothing of it. And you seen me where I'm at now before I even had a clue to where I was going. And I just think the deeper I got into this, the more I started learning about my own emotions and how it plays a role and how food plays a major role in your emotions. Because certain foods, everything run off hormones, and you got to feed your pineal gland, your pituitary gland, your hypothalamus gland. So all these glands got to get fed. If they're not fed right, your emotions will be off because your hormones will be off. So I look at it on all those different levels and just the whole think pattern.
And that's, that is so powerful, right? Because most of us don't even think about the food that we eat unless we start to get fat. Right? When we get an outwardly appearance of it, then we're like, oh, I got to lose weight. I got the pot belly, or, but to connect emotions to food is just super powerful. And when you think about it, you say it out loud, you know it has an impact on it, because if you eat too heavy, you got the itis, you get the nodding off, right? We do know that, the energy from, the animals get transferred to us and all that kind of stuff, which is a deeper conversation. So the fact that you have taken time, and what I want to illuminate to our audience when we talk about everyday people in everyday situations, you said something that was very powerful. You're in a situation with your mom. You're listening to what the doctors are saying. You're understanding, like, they just experiment. They're practicing medicine. If that's the case, let me get some information myself. Mm-hmm. And the more you discovered that there were alternatives to what they were offering, the more you got a deeper understanding of what they were sharing, then you took it and made it something that you would stand behind as a purpose. And everybody out here needs to know that all of us have a purpose in us, or right where you can reach it. And the minute you discover that, they say the 2 most important days of your life is the day you were born and the day you discover why. And so I feel very privileged to be part of you discovering your why, because we've been ciphering with each other, because iron sharper iron for a while. So I appreciate that, And so, young Jerome, I know that you are growing in the space, helping Pops out aloud, with the water. There's no way you're going to be around him and not get this game. There's no way he's not going to allow you to have this experience, because he wants you to be able to be brighter than he and I were growing up. So tell me about your experience growing up, watching what your dad is doing, and right, how you navigating through school, right, under his tutelage, because I know he's giving you game on how you should be navigating. So just let us into your world a little bit for those that are our younger audience that's listening.
Okay, so when my dad first started out, he used to always come in, like, I'm going to tell you about his little phases. He went through, like, the religion phase, and then from religion, he went into,
did you just say you're going to tell us about his little phases? Yeah. Man, come on, speak, youngster, speak.
Come on.
He went through his religion phase, and then after that, he started looking at history. He started going back, like, past the Bible, going back, and that's the thing where he found herbs and all them.
Right.
And then from there, he started lecturing. I used to get lecture. And that's where emotional intelligence came from. Them lectures, I used to get mad. I used to look at him like, why you keep doing? Why you keep lecturing me? And then once I, like, been smart, like, don't let the anger, like, get to me, and actually listen to the lectures, I was actually to find something good and just think, like, people do petty things at school, like, I don't even think about that no more. Because it was like, his teaching made me, like, a better person in terms of religion, health habits, and just worth ethic. Just knowing, you gotta grind to get what you want, and you gotta. Health is everything, because money, you could die, but you can't take money with you.
Right.
And he taught me a lot.
Yeah. Hey man, that's so powerful right there, because at 17, number one, for you to say the little petty stuff that happened in school don't even bother me. Like, you operating on a higher frequency already. Because how many people you see at school tripping off everything is petty, right? And they way up to here, some low-level stuff happening, and all of a sudden, right, if we want to fight after school, or matter of fact, we fighting in the moment, we ready to kill each other, or you talking about you not messing with this person no more over a bunch of petty stuff. So for you to start the practice, right, of embracing this mindset of not sweating the small stuff, and understanding that it's all really small stuff, you're on your way. Tell me how, are you still playing sports? Yeah. Tell me about how it influenced you in the sports arena.
Emotional intelligence or my dad?
Both.
All right, my dad, he pushed me to be better, so when I get on the field, I'm already better technique-wise. And the last year, I just had maybe better mentally, because I went through a time where the coaches had me, like, down. They broke my confidence. I was down. And he brought me back up. Don't let them get to you like that.
Right.
And he showed me the way. He got me with this trainer now, getting me even better. So that played a good way. And then just learning, seeing the things that was happening and how he handled them and dealt with them, taught me how to deal with them, like playing football, how to get angry, when to use your anger, and all that on the field to make yourself better and to be successful.
Wow. Yeah. So taking anger and using it for what it's really intended for, right? To protect or overcome, overpower when needed, and not for a negative space. That's heavy, man. Something else over there, boy.
Yeah. I guess he's listening. Huh?
Yeah. That's why he's like, yeah, tell me both.
And let me ask you something like Papa. What about in those times where like a lot of times teenagers go